Hey, what is up guys, Seze here. Today we will review the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. We will cover the main features of this device as well as significant aspects like performance, battery, and the SPen. So stick around and enjoy. Click that subscribe button if you haven't yet. If you have a Galaxy Tab S7, chances are you also have the SPen. This SPen is just a larger version of what you will see from the Note 20 series. So it attaches to the back of the tablet, which allows it to charge, which will only take a few seconds for it to fully charge up. Now let's have a look at the cool features of the SPen. Tapping the on-screen fingerprint scanner unlocks our device, and now let's just take our SPen. Pulling the SPen from the back of the device launches a list of shortcuts related to the SPen. And this is fully customizable, and you can even add specific apps like, say, Clip Studio Paint. Now let's go to Settings and look for SPen. So that will show us Air Actions. So within the Air Actions menu, you'll see the available battery as well as the gestures that you can do. You have Back, Home, Recents, Smart Select, and Screen Write, as well as some apps that are configurable. So if you're gonna do the gestures, you'll have to make sure that you hold this button here. Yep, this one here. Okay, so if you hold that, let's try to do back by making an angle that opens to the right. Okay, now let's go back and then draw an inverted V to go to the home page. Now, an angle that opens to the left to go to the recent pages, and then let's just go back to Air Actions and let's do a V shape, and this will trigger the Smart Select. You can either do a GIF or do a selection of a portion of the screen like so, and then you can write on top of it. Let's just change the color here to something that is visible. Okay, so that's how you select a portion of your screen and write on top of it. So let's just go back and discard what we did. Another back, right, and then another back to just discard this one. And now what we're gonna do is do a screen write. So you have to do this motion here, and it will just take a screenshot of the entire screen, and you can just pretty much write on top of it. Right, so let's just choose this color and this pen size, and yeah, pretty handy. And what's nice about this is that you can customize what the button and the gestures do for each of these applications that you see here, as well as the camera and media, which is just pretty handy overall. Now let's go to settings and talk about the display. So let's just write in here display. Oops. Okay, display. And then we see the display settings. So you can either choose light or dark mode if you want to save battery, because this is AMOLED, but for this demo, let's just keep it light. And you can also toggle the adaptive brightness. And if you go down to motion smoothness, you'll see that by default it is set to high, which is utilizing the 120 Hz refresh rate of this screen, which is just really buttery smooth. And there are other settings that you can tweak to further enhance your viewing experience for this tablet, but overall I would say that this is the best tablet display that you can get from an Android device in 2020. Let's take down some notes using the Samsung Notes app. Most of the time we find it hard to keep our handwriting in a straight path, but now we are able to fix it with a straighten button, which will automatically detect any handwriting and straighten it up as if you were using a ruler guide to jot down notes. You can use the Convert to Text button to convert your handwriting into actual text that you can either copy or convert into a format that you can easily transfer in either Word or a notepad. Are you finding it difficult to draw shapes? Well, with the Auto Fix Shape button, you don't really have to worry anymore because it will match your scribble to the closest shape it can find, and it will just convert it into a perfectly drawn figure. And you can further enhance this by choosing the selection mode. And that way you'll be able to transform what you have previously drawn, either an image or a handwriting. So you can enlarge it or move it around your note. For rather complicated notes, you can use the easy writing pad to be able to write down into those hard to reach areas of your notes. Let's take note-taking one step higher by attaching voice recordings. I am actually taking down notes as I write them. As I record them. Okay, let me just do that. And then press stop. So let's see how that went. I am actually taking down notes. This feature will definitely be useful for students who has to focus on listening as they write down just the important keywords for review later. On the battery department, I really have no complaints about this device. On a heavy day usage, that is watching some Netflix and sketching with Clip Studio Paint, it's able to last me the entire day, and when I'm not using it as extensively, it lasted for more than 24 hours. When it was announced that the Clip Studio Paint comes pre-installed with the Galaxy Tab S7, I was so excited as this will provide a whole new level of SPen experience. We do get a Photoshop level means of creating digital art. We get to use multi-layers to organize elements of our work. I am a digital expert by no means, but has just been doing random drawings here and there. And with my first experience of using this app, I just fell in love with it. Of course, it provides you all the basic tools you'll need to create a digital artwork. So you can define the size of your pen. You can select what type of brush you want to use. And of course, you can also select the color either through a wheel or through the swatches. Quick swatches that you have here. And the nice thing is that there's just a vast array of predefined assets that you can use to speed up the creation of your artwork. And with regards to the response rate of the SPen, it is just way too smooth. This is the same response time as the Galaxy Note 20, which is 0.9 milliseconds. And as you can see, it's just really smooth. With regards to the pressure sensitivity, as you can see, I can just really define whether I want the stroke to be really thin by just giving it really light pressure, and then gradually just thicken the stroke by pressing a little bit harder. And for those who is wondering if you can use this as a replacement for your Wacom Intuos, well, not right out from the box, but you can install this app called Virtual Tablet SPen, which just cost a few bucks, and you will be able to do so. Now let us try to multitask. You open your recent apps and then click on one icon, click open in split view, and this will load the application on one side of your view. Then you choose what to load on the other half of the split view, and you can pretty much resize it to your preference. You can switch them around, and you can also add a bookmark for this pair of application for later use. You can also switch to landscape or portrait view for both of your applications. Split view is a good way to multitask and make use of this powerful Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 Plus, as well as make use of this gorgeous 12.4 Super AMOLED display. And of course, no performance test would be complete without touching upon some games. And right here, we're playing some Minecraft. And so far, my experience playing Minecraft on this device has just been phenomenal. I have not experienced any lag, and the 120 Hz refresh rate is just making playing games on this device really enjoyable. If I go on creative mode and just fly around my generated world, I don't experience any lag whatsoever. I can just simply glide through, and the experience is just so buttery smooth. The terrain just loads really smoothly. And hey, playing Among Us on this device is just so amazing. Regardless if you're an imposter or you're one of the crewmates, you'll just love your experience doing it on this device. This device has a quad speaker setup which pumps out rich and loud audio, and I really can't complain about anything. I guess the only complaint that I have, not just for the Galaxy Tab S7, but for all tablets in general here in 2020, is that there are still some apps that is not fully optimized for tablet user experience. Say for instance Instagram, it's just stuck on landscape mode, while Facebook still has this big empty space on both sides. And I'm quite surprised that if you check on stories on Facebook, your stories would be stuck on landscape mode. Of course, I can let this pass. Definitely not deal breakers. There are still some apps that provide good user experience, like Crunchyroll. You can still binge on your favorite anime without any problems. With a powerful processor, you'll have a great experience playing most games and doing pretty much all of your productivity tasks. Having an S Pen with its stunning display with buttery refresh rate, it is a perfect treat for digital artists that wants to switch or are part of the Android ecosystem. Battery was never an issue, as it can take you through a day of extensive use. The only trivial downside is the not so optimized user experience on some of the popular apps here in 2020. But nonetheless, Tab S7 Plus is highly recommended. I hope you enjoyed our review, and if you did, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Once again, this is Sese, and I would see you in the next one. Bye!